What's up, everybody? We've got a 1v1 for you guys. It's going to be an off-race clown fiesta. It is our orange Terran player, Yellow Jello, going up against the red Protoss, Timbo Schleiss. So, both players, Zerg players, don't really want to play ZVZ, though they may do that later on in the series. They're just going for PvP, then PvT, and then ZVZ, I think. So, yeah, neither player are really gonna know what they're doing, and that should make for an interesting, weird game. Timbo gonna be opening up on the low ground, Forge and Gateway, so likely gonna drop a cannon, drop an expand. Yellow Jello gonna be going for it's a standard in-base barracks, no gas by the way, so he's not gonna be able to get a Reaper. Scouting probe from Timbo tries to do a little bit of harassment, but Yellow Jello is on top of that. The SCV getting pulled to defend. Yellow Jello floating a lot of money, only a minute and a half into this game. No expansion in sight, so not sure what's going on there. 500 minerals, what are you doing, boy? And still no gases, by the way. Only just this one barracks not producing anything, mind you. Alright, Marine on the way. And yeah, again, neither player is really expected to know what they're doing, but that's okay. We don't always have to be watching pro matches. And now gonna be following up with another barracks. Fascinating. He does have the gas now. He did morph that orbital, and good job spending that energy on the mule. And conversely, Yellow Jello, Timbo not spending his energy. So much energy on this Nexus, not using it to chrono boost anything. You should always chrono boost your workers in the early game, unless, of course, you're going for some kind of like warp gate rush. But he does spend it on the warp gate. And typically, you kind of, like I said, use it on the Nexus, chrono booster workers, get that probe count nice and high. And Yellow Jello, 850 minerals, going for the 3-minute Reaper. What is this? But Timbo doesn't really have any units, no Stalker. He does have a cannon in the front, so the Reaper probably not going to be able to come in that way, but of course he can jump in through the back and might be able to get some damage that way. 3.5 minute Reaper. Timbo kind of caught with his pants down. Not sure why you don't have a Stalker. Big mistake there. But Yellow Jello going for the gas probes, so they do find a bit of refuge in the gas geyser. And Reaper does get one kill so far. Gonna get a second one. One very weak probe over there. Yellow Jello not gonna be focusing it down. And oh, not paying attention! The probes get the surround. So 2 probes going down. Timbo saying, sucker! 2 probes for a Reaper. That's a fairly even trade. Single Marine walking across the map. Not sure if that's just a bad rally or a scout. I don't know. He does pull it back to go home. I don't know. Yellow Jello getting an in-base expansion, almost 1,000 minerals in the bank. There we go. We do reach that 1k mineral mark. And Timbo does have his warp gate now, not warping in anything, by the way. So why are you chrono boosting that out and then just not warping anything in? I don't know. But he does have a Twilight Council. He is researching Blink. Energy looking a lot better now compared to a couple minutes ago. He's getting an additional gateway, still not warping anything in, getting +1 attack, which will be useful. Does have a robo facility, does have this observer, by the way, which spots this little move out. A Marine Hellion move out, which turns out to be a fake. What? I don't know what's going on. I feel like that could have done some damage. And oh, hold on, he is moving out. Wait. Alright, I don't know what's going on, but Timbo is finally warping some stuff in. And Yellow Jello continuing to move out. Hellions a little bit ahead of the pack. Gonna lose one, gonna lose both of them. There's that infamous Yellow Jello army control for you. And Timbo sitting on 44 workers to the 28 SCVs of his opponent. So this really needs to get some damage, but I don't think it will. Hellions not really very useful in TVP. They are good against light units, which could be good against zealots, but not really going to be useful in this situation if it's just stalkers. Maybe if they can get behind enemy lines, go for the workers, that could be good, but will be very hard to accomplish that. And now, oh, both armies passing each other like ships in the night. Stalker's gonna catch that medevac and 2 Hellions. And Yellow Jello, is he gonna turn back or is he just gonna go for the attack? Looks like he's just going for it. And Timbo gonna be the one coming back. And Yellow Jello only gets a cannon and maybe like 2 or 3 stalkers there, losing his entire army. And that is very bad news bears for Yellow Jello. And Timbo gonna be moving across now for the counter attack. And Timbo does have 1-1. Yellow Jello only with +1, just finishing now. So this is gonna be a very difficult hold. No tanks. He does have some Widow Mines, but they are not burrowed just yet. They do burrow, but don't get anything done. GG gets called. And Timbo going to take game number 1 quite convincingly. Welcome back! This is game number 2 in this Clown Fiesta matchup, and we have swapped the races. So this time, going to be the orange Protoss, Yellow Jello, up against the red Terran Timbo Slice. So last time it was Timbo as Protoss, this time Timbo is Terran. And let's see if Yellow Jello is a little bit better with Protoss than he is with Terran, because that was a little bit embarrassing, if you ask me. Not sure why I brought that APM tab up. Not a very important statistic at this phase of the game. And Yellow Jello going for the in-base once again. Timbo going for the low ground. Just a slight deviation in their mindset approaching this series, I guess. Timbo more macro oriented, wants to get 2 bases. Yellow Jello kind of wants to be safer, perhaps. And this time he is going for a timely gas. Last game was very weird. Started off with a Marine, got a late gas, went for like a 3-minute Reaper, which actually did okay until he got it surrounded. Timbo looking like he wants to expand very quickly now, dropping that down before the barracks even finishes. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of would rather see the orbital morphed in first, and it's still not getting it, actually. Starting another SCV, that I might call that a mistake. And he's getting a factory as well, tech lab, all that before orbital. My turn's not the best, but I am comfortable saying that is a mistake. Yellow Jello, he does have his cybernetics core up and ready. He has his zealot on hold position here on the wall. Well, actually, I don't know for sure if it's on hold position, but he is getting a Twilight Council? No warp gate yet, by the way. That's quite an error if you are intending to go for a warp gate based army. And yeah, I don't really understand this. We'll see if he decides to go for that warp gate tech. Meanwhile, Timbo is getting another barracks. He has swapped that tech lab down onto the factory so he can start getting siege tanks. Yellow Jello gonna be researching the adept glaives. Still no warp gate. Hello. And what is this wall, actually? There's a hole here, there's a hole here, there's a hole here. And yeah, not the biggest of deals in a TVP. There's no risk of a Ling run by, obviously, but still kind of a weird wall. Chrono boosting that adept glaives, quite supply blocked. Drops the additional pylon, but that is very late. We do see this adept or adepts in production that cannot even start. Where's the warp gate, Yellow Jello? Oh my god. This is indeed a clown fiesta, folks. Timbo just churning out tanks. He is getting some bio as well. Third barracks on the way. Getting additional gases. He is just chilling. Quite comfortable at home. Yellow Jello is getting his expansion now. His adept glaives about 15 seconds from finishing. And still no warp gate technology. It only costs 50 gas, 50 minerals. There's no reason not to get it. Why would you just slowly produce units out of the gateway? Quite silly. Now he's going for a charge as well. Timbo drops a scan saying, oh, hello. He does spot the Twilight Council. He spots at least a few adepts. Scanning the natural as well, so he confirms that Yellow Jello is going for that. Was long distance mining with a handful of probes, by the way. Not sure if that's even worth it. I mean, yeah, you're a little bit oversaturated in the main, but this is kind of weird to just send some probes to long distance mine. Oh, finally getting the warp gate! Super late. I don't know if that was like his plan, or did he just realize he doesn't have warp gate. That's very odd. Going for charge, as I mentioned, which is also kind of odd considering you don't have any zealots. And here he goes, moving out with a handful of adepts, but Timbo is walled up. Is there a gap here? Is there a gap there? I'm not sure. But gonna let the shade finish and walk right into tank fire. That's not really how you want to do that. You kind of want to shade into the base. And he's just gonna turn around and go home. So, very failed attack there. Timbo with a great worker lead, 44 to 31, plus he has mules, so he is pretty happy right now. Charge did finish, but it looks like there's only one Zealot in the mix here. Not sure what Yellow Jello really intends to do from this point. He went all the way back home, now he's going all the way across the map yet again. And we've got 2 Liberators out of Timbo. Should siege up onto the mineral line, should be quite successful there. This time, Yellow Jello does shade into the base. We do have a bit of a Timbo wall, and let's see if these Adepts can get some damage. They are eating a lot of tank fire. Meanwhile, Liberators just blasting away at these probes here. Can these Adepts find equalizing damage? The shade's not going anywhere, and GG gets called. Timbo gonna take game number 2 as Terran as well. Alright, we are in game number 3. This is a proper matchup this time around. Both players playing their main races, which is Zerg. So, again, orange player, Yellow Jello, red player, Timbo Slice. And we have pretty much confirmed that Timbo's off race is far superior to Yellow Jello's. It's kind of a bop, both games there. So now, let's find out whose Zerg is better. I think Timbo's MMR is a little bit higher than Yellow Jello's, but that doesn't mean too much in a ZvZ matchup. Kind of a down and dirty knife fight. Now, we do see a variation in the builds. Timbo going for a pool first, followed by gas, and Yellow Jello going for a hatch first. So, Timbo is going to have Lings a little bit earlier, but it's not a super early pool that he is likely going to go for aggression or anything. I feel like this was kind of just a safety pool. And yeah, we'll see if he goes for like a big Ling swell or anything like that, but I don't think so. He is dropping that expansion of his own, getting a queen. Not really going for any Lings just yet. So kind of a weird decision there. He's continuing to mine gas even though he has more than 100. But he does pull out now after mining an extra 20. So small mistake there. And likewise, Yellow Jello also getting his Ling speed as well. Only a few seconds later. So the economy should be favoring Yellow Jello because he has earlier 2 base worker count. Going to be the same, but the 2 base economy is going to be a little bit better. However, Yellow Jello continuing to mine gas now. He did pull out momentarily, but he has put those bad boys back in. So has Timbo, actually. Both players getting a Baneling nest. So are we going to see some Ling Bane skirmishes? Always a very nerve-wracking game to play. Got 2 scouting Lings from Yellow Jello. They are gonna get in, and they do spot the Baneling nest. Did he click on it? Not sure if he clicked on it, but should be aware that Banelings are an option, and Timbo going to be producing 10 lings. Uh-oh. Does he scout it? Does Yellow Jello? He should see those running out now. So Yellow Jello going to be producing 16 lings of his own, 2 Banelings. That should be enough to defend against this. And Yellow Jello also with a sizable worker lead, 26-19. So Timbo desperately needs to find good damage here. And Yellow Jello even moving out to try to take a third? What? You saw this come out and oh! I thought he was going to lose all his lings there. But pulling back at the last second. Sending one Baneling of his own to do what? I really don't understand that. But Yellow Jello, you're going to need some more units. What are you doing? 400 minerals in the bank. He traps his own army outside. So, okay. Cancels that one. And now the door's open. Timbo's going to come in. And the Banelings, they are not really gonna find a whole lot. I mean, they do take out the lings of each other, but not so much damage being done. Timbo's saying RTL, ready to leave. Yeah, I mean, certainly is bad. Does he know this base is here? Yeah, you could just take that out. I mean, that's kind of a freebie. Yellow Jello just running past now, going for a counterattack. And Timbo is going to take this base out. Possibly Yellow Jello running back to defend. But Timbo's Banelings might be able to zone this out. And Timbo actually going for the fight. Does take out a good amount of Zerglings. So he is going to take out this base. That's a nice little pick off there. 300 minerals that just completely wasted. Not sure why Yellow Jello even went for that expansion. But the worker counts still hugely in favor of Yellow Jello. And he's just mining way more. For the past few minutes, Timbo kind of just forcing his way in, but doesn't really get a whole lot. 3 workers, that's something. 5? But there's more Banelings. Oh no, that poor control. Kind of a Yellow Jello control there, but it's still okay. There's not much left here out of Yellow Jello. What has he been doing with his money? I'm not sure. Here comes Timbo with more lings now. And Yellow Jello does pop out roaches in the nick of time. So Timbo equalizing the workers. 28 to now 33 of his own. So he has a bit of a lead there. The tech going to be favoring Yellow Jello just a bit with his roaches. But Timbo getting a roach warren of his own. He does have upgrades chugging along. And as I say that, Yellow Jello does start his +1 attack as well. Timbo going for the carapace. And the attack now. Okay, that's good. 1-1. And Yellow Jello moving out now. He wants to find some damage of his own. Both players probably not too sure where they are in this game. So, Yellow Jello might be thinking he needs to find some damage of his own. Of course, we can see that things not looking too bad for either player. They're pretty even. Yellow Jello sitting on his opponent's creep. Showing his opponent that he has this army right here. He's going to back up off that creep now. And going to be giving Timbo the time to set up his defenses. So not sure why he's just chilling here, waiting. I think maybe if he went for an attack like a minute earlier when he arrived here, maybe he could have gotten some damage. It's tough to say. But now, with both these spine crawlers, all these roaches, I do think that window has closed. Yellow Jello trying to retake that third now. And not sure what he's waiting for. He just has his entire army here. Keeps rallying stuff. But yeah, Timbo should be fine here. Now here comes Yellow Jello. He has some Ravagers. Gonna be dropping vials on his own banelings. Oh my god. And does deny missile attacks, but that's a pretty straightforward cleanup from Timbo. Yeah, dropping the vials, running into his own vials with his own banelings. And once again, there is that Yellow Jello army control for y'all. We do see the supply count 74 to 85, going to be favoring Timbo's slice. But he is not going to be moving out, it looks like. Or maybe he is? Maybe? Alright, he is moving out. Just taking this way for some reason. Going to be going for this newly minted third base of Yellow Jello, who has very poor vision around the map. Like, he didn't spot that this whole way. Timbo just came this way. Now he's here. And Yellow Jello quite out of position. Can't really speak right now. And yeah, not taking a good fight there. His units kind of just streaming in single file into the meat grinder. So this third base once again gonna go down, and Timbo's gonna be happy with that, and he's just gonna back up. But Yellow Jello's speed gonna be finishing up. I feel like he could have chased. Actually, does Timbo have speed? No, Timbo doesn't have roach speed, so could have chased there. But army count significantly in Timbo's favor. Yellow Jello gonna try to take another third base here. Timbo gonna try to take his as well. Things not looking too good for our orange Zerg player. The orange Zerg named Yellow Jello. And Yellow Jello does have 1/1 upgrades, both attack upgrades, curiously enough. He doesn't really have any lings on the map, so I'm not sure why he even went for that melee. But these two units here gonna get caught, and Yellow Jello just gonna GG and tap out. It's gonna be a 3-0 Timbo victory.